Hey guys, welcome to another pickups video. Today we're looking at all the stuff that has arrived to our computer lab in March of 2018. As always, some of these items have already been reviewed, so check the description for any links and further information. The first item is a motherboard. This one was provided to us by Electromine. It's a Gigabyte, the GA7VKMP-FA, a socket A motherboard, and this is an OEM board for Fujitsu Siemens computers, so it's very stable. Japanese capacitors, all the downloads are available on the Fujitsu Siemens website. It's not the fastest motherboard, but it makes up by having a universal AGP slot, so you can use 3DFX Voodoo cards as well as something more modern like a Geforce 2 or a Geforce 3. So a very solid motherboard, and it's got a decent price as well. Blitzwolf got in touch with us and asked if we could check out a few of the products. I have a SSD and a USB 3 hub from them. I use them every day and haven't had a single issue, so it's a brand I'm happy to recommend and work with. So let's have a look what we got. First, we have a water-resistant Bluetooth speaker for $26.99. There are links below if you're interested in any of these items. In most regions, the shipping will be free, and we also have been given a 10% discount voucher. So these speakers paired up without any issues to my phone, but it also has a 3.5mm input, so you can use it as a normal battery-powered speaker. It also has a microphone built in, so you can take calls, and there are buttons for volume and changing tracks. I was very surprised with how loud these speakers go, and it was without any distortion and with a decent amount of bass. Here we have some Ddr3 memory from Kingston from the HyperX range. This is a 4 gig kit with 2 sticks, 2 GB each. Haven't tried them yet, but yeah, they should work just fine. Nice cooler with my favorite color on it. So yeah, looking forward to using those in a future project. Next up, we have some USB cables, and Blitzwolf, well, they sell a ton of cables with all sorts of connectors, different cable lengths and colors. For $3.49, you can get a 1 meter USB Type-C cable. They send us the black and white versions, but they also come in green or red. The next bunch of cables, they are a little bit nicer as they are braided and do feel more premium. They are available in all sorts of versions. We received 3 different cables, a 1 meter micro USB for $4.99. Then we've got a 1.8 meter lightning cable for $10.99 and a longer 2.5 meter USB Type-C cable for $6.89. I've been wanting one of these for ages. This is the Matrox Parhelia, a donation from Stephen from Australia. Thank you very much. So this has 128 megabyte of VRAM and was basically the last gaming video card from Matrox. And apparently this is the retail version. So Matrox apparently did several versions with different clock speeds. So this one should be the faster one. So things I would like to check out is that surround gaming. This was one of the, maybe the first video card that let you play like Quake 3 or Return to Castle Wolfenstein across 3 screens. So that's something I definitely want to experience and share with you guys with a video. And finally, we've been given 2 chargers. The first one is the BWS9 for $9.99, and unfortunately we got sent the EU version, but another one with the Australian plug is underway, but hasn't arrived in time for this video. You can also get this adapter with US and UK plugs. It supports Quick Charge 3.0 as well as other fast charging technologies, and worked great with my Liaco Limax 2, and it charged it within just a little bit over an hour. And the second charger is the FWC3. This is a wireless charger for $15.99. Now your phone needs to support wireless charging. My Limax 2 doesn't, but I've got an older Nokia phone and that one worked just fine. You've got to place it towards the center, and there's a light as well as sound to confirm that it's charging. And this is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, donation to our channel. Thank you, Scratch from Australia. He sent us a whole computer. This is the HP Z220 workstation with an i7 3770, 8 gig of RAM, and didn't come with a hard drive, but that was fine. I've got plenty of hard drives, and I put in a hard drive dock so I can eject SSD and the hard drive. And there is a video that went live on Friday, I believe, showcasing this machine and upgrading it with the low profile GTX 1050 and turning this into a gaming machine. And I'm really developing a liking for these small form factor machines. They are fantastic value, and I'm downgrading, side grading, whatever you want to call it, my capture computer to one of these, and very likely my main desktop as well, which I use for video editing. So yeah, keep an eye out for more small form factor computers, and thank you Scratch for the donation. Highly appreciated, and yeah, it will make my life a lot easier because I can now basically pull apart the other computers and use those parts in interesting video projects. And we have another motherboard. Now this one is from MSI. We've got the K7T266 Pro 2, and it turned out that this is the RU version, which has an additional Promise SATA controller, as well as an NEC USB 2.0 chip here for faster USB. Uses the KT266A chipset with DDR memory. I found this motherboard on eBay and it was ridiculously cheap. It was only like 20 Australian dollars, including shipping. So really I had no excuse not to buy it. There is a video already produced, and it will likely go online next week or the week after. And we got a care package from Creative. And quite literally, I got an email from Creative Singapore saying, "Hey Phil, we just sent you a care package, enjoy." And really excited about the Sound Blaster Audio G5 because this has hardware accelerated EAX. It's for PCI Express. It's got Windows XP drivers, and it has optical audio out. So this could be the final / best EAX sound card for Windows XP retro gaming. They also sent us some USB powered desktop 2.0 speakers and a mouse pad, the Alpha Pad special edition. So yeah, awesome care package. Can't wait to try out the sound card and the other goodies. I'm sure I'll find a use for it. And here we have two CPU coolers from Arctic. Bought them on eBay, and they actually come from Germany. So for some reason, importing from Europe is cheaper than what the local Australian sellers are selling these for. Now these are for AMD for a change, for the good old socket 939, but also AM2 and all these others. They're listed here, up to AM4 apparently, which is interesting. Now, what's the difference? The this one here, the 64 Pro, is a little bit quieter, and it's got this rubber decoupling for the fan. So if you want to build a system that's basically inaudible, this is a really good cooler to check out. The Alpine 64 Plus is a little bit more powerful. It can cool up to 10 watts hotter processors than the Alpine 64 Pro, but a little bit noisier. It doesn't have that rubber decoupling mechanism. I've got a socket 939 build in the works. I'm just waiting for a case. A new company decided to work with us, so I'm looking forward to that, and I will likely use one of these coolers in this build. And here we have a real beast of a video card. This is the Gigabyte Radeon HD 6990, donated to our channel by Scratch from Australia. Thank you very much. Very power hungry. It's got two 8-pin plugs for the power supply, but I've got power supplies that are compatible and capable to run this video card. Haven't used this yet at the moment. I'm doing mostly Windows 98 projects, but I will definitely be using this in the future. So that's really awesome. Can't wait to give this a spin. Very recently, I did a video on modding Sound Blaster Live and adding optical output to that sound card. So on eBay, you can get these brackets. This one is from Asus for $10 shipped. So I bought two of them, and I already modded an Audio G2 ZS with it. So this will let me do better audio recordings and captures without any interference. And I got a couple of really good tips with the cabling. So I bought one of these kits that basically let you attach all sorts of connectors and plugs to these cables. These are really easy to remove. You just need a little tool and pry that plastic up, and then you can pull out the cables and basically attach whatever connector that you need. And here we have another video card that I always wanted to have, and I think you guys will really find this video interesting. So this is the Atr Radeon HD30i50 from Sapphire. This video card also got sent to us by Electromine. This is the fastest AGP video card. So if you want to build something high performance, then this video card is definitely worth checking out. It does need a very fast processor, however, to get it going. And it's got an 8-pin PCI Express power connector as well, but that's not an issue with modern power supplies. So really looking forward to seeing what this video card can do and what sort of processor is best to use to extract the most performance out of it. Now, I know that you can go very exotic and get one of these Frankenstein motherboards that uses a Core 2 and has AGP, but I'm thinking more along the lines of pairing it up with like an Athlon FX or Pentium 4 Extreme Edition, something along those lines, and keeping it more authentic, to put it simply. And here we have a sound card. This one has an interesting story behind it. I actually wanted to buy a proper USB audio interface, and I was looking at a couple of models from Zoom, and it had all the features that I was after. But worst customer service experience, and I reached out to the company through several channels, asking them very simple questions. I just wanted to know, if you plug this into a Windows machine, what sort of recording devices show up, and how can you use it in standard software like Audacity, and I didn't get any proper responses, so that was very disappointing. So I looked for another option, and I just went with an internal PCI Express sound card. And the reason I was looking into a USB interface in the first place is because I'm gonna upgrade my capture computer to a small form factor machine which uses low profile PCI cards, so I can't use my standard Sound Blaster cards. And this sound card is one of the few I found that support low profile brackets, and it's got the audio inputs and outputs for that crystal clear recording, and it's already installed, working great. Cost me around 70 Australian dollars including postage, so also good value. And here we have some Rambis Rd Ram Sticks. These are from Samsung. I reached out to Electromine to get these. These are 2 sticks of 256 megabyte each. And what's special about them is these are the faster 1066 or PC 1066 sticks with a tighter 32 latency. The PC 800 sticks, they usually got a latency of 40. So I'm not quite sure if you will see a benefit of with these sticks using them in PC 800 mode, but with the tighter latency, maybe you do. But I'm on the lookout for a faster Rambis compatible motherboard that supports the 1066 megahertz frequency. And I bought this video card. This is a Geforce Gtx 1050 low profile to be used with these small form factor machines. This is from Galax, and the reason I went for this model, firstly it was the cheapest, and secondly it's got dual fans and also some really nice software for overclocking and tweaking the fan profile. In terms of pricing, in Australia it was fairly cheap, 158 Australian dollars, including shipping from eBay, and I used one of these 20% coupons. Every now and then eBay runs a promotional like that. I'm still surprised by the price, because whenever I sell something on eBay, they take around 11 or 12% in fees and PayPal transaction fees as well. So I'm always surprised how it's possible that they're selling stuff cheaper on eBay compared to how much they sell it for in a shop. Plus you get free shipping as well. So yeah, but look, who's complaining? It's a good price, and if you've got one of these small form factor machines and you want to turn it into a gaming machine, this is the best value video card to get the best bang for your buck. So it's not the cheapest. 1030 might be better if you can't afford a 1050, and the 1050 Ti, in my opinion, is overpriced. Yes, it's a little bit faster and it's got more memory, but I saw very little difference in the benchmark results, and it costs significantly more. Here we have 2 Displayport to DVI monitor cables. I've got a couple of small form factor machines now, and they all have Displayport outputs, and I had no cables for it. They come from eBay China. Yet because of the price mostly. If you buy locally in Australia, the price is like double or triple. The only downside is that you have to wait longer. It takes around 4 weeks for something to arrive. But yeah, in terms of price, you can't beat from buying from eBay China. And haven't used them yet, but look, it's just a DisplayPort to DVI cable. There's not much else to talk about. And here we have some Pci Storage Controllers. These are from Promise, the SATA 150 TX4, and the reason I bought them because they're compatible with Windows 98, and one of the few actually that work with Windows 98 and give you full DMA access on all of that. I bought 3, they came from eBay China, and I like to buy stuff in bulk, 2 or 3 items, because if the seller lets you combine postage, then it works out reasonably well, even with the high shipping costs to Australia. And here we have 2 motherboards with the socket LGA775. Both of these are donations by Scratch from Australia, so thank you very much. He was very generous this month. We got a few items from him. These are Ddr3 motherboards, so very interesting for building a high-performance Core 2 Duo or Core 2 Quad gaming machine. I haven't done anything with these motherboards yet, so for the time being they will get stored, but in the future I will definitely use those in projects. And I spotted this sound card for cheap. eBay Eastern Europe, that's where it came from. It's one of those C-Media sound cards that I've recently reviewed. Not the best sound card, but with the latest drivers, it's usable. It doesn't have a lot of that A3D or EAX stuff going on. It's slightly compatible, but it doesn't sound as good as a Live or a Vortex 2. But in software mode or in DOS, it works reasonably well. And the reason I wanted this card is because this one has the actual headers as well as the bracket for optical inputs and outputs, and yeah, that will come in handy because at the moment I'm really interested in switching everything over to optical recording. And we have reached the end of this video. Big thank you to everyone who donated stuff to our course, and also to all the companies that are working with us. It lets us do videos that wouldn't otherwise be possible. Do check the description. Some of these products you can purchase through the links. Now, I don't have any affiliation with them or affiliate links. I try to just get a discount code for you guys to use. So there's a 10% discount code for the stuff from Blitzwolf and a 20% discount code for the stuff from Electromine. Also, some of these parts have already been reviewed, so I'll try to put all those videos in the bottom as well. And if you do have any questions about any of these products that I've showcased, just ask them down below in the comments. I will do my best to answer them. And that's really it for this video. Thank you for watching and supporting this channel, and I shall see you soon with another one.